What's up, everyone? I am Tim Oates on bass, and I'm not really a huge Greta Van Fleet fan, but still gonna review their new album. So I know Greta Van Fleet is a popular band. A lot of people really dig them. A lot of people don't. I'm definitely in that latter category. So I really didn't care when I saw that they had a new album coming out. But decided, you know what? I need to at least give it a shot. Go ahead and listen to it. See if maybe listening to an entire album will change my mind. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. The album is called The Battle at Garden's Gate. Let's get into it. This first track is Heat Above. Not off to a great start. Started out with an organ intro, and then it kind of built into a 70s like Flower Child song. Stayed there the entire 5 minutes 43 seconds. Not digging it at all. Not sure what I liked less, the song or the video. Got 11 more to go. I'm hoping to find something in here I do connect with. Let's get to the next one. My Way Soon. All right, so that one was a little better. Still had a kind of a retro vibe, but I could get into it. It was a fun song, really cool bass work. I dug that. I'm still not a huge fan of the lead singer's voice. I think his name is Josh, especially when he goes like raspy. I just don't think it sounds good. I think his voice is just much better clean. I did appreciate and I dug the solo. However, I also did find it to be a little sloppy. Like, I get there's a difference in kind of the perfect sound and, you know, something that sounds a little more natural. But I don't know, like, I just found that solo to be kind of sloppy, and it could have been cleaned up. It could have been, you know, punched in a little bit more or whatever it is. I mean, or if that's the sound you're going for, then I don't know. Like, I'm really just not digging the sound. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Again, this one better than the last one. Let's see what song 3 has, which is Broken Bells. Okay, that was a good song. I enjoyed that. The intro really set the mood, nice and airy, kind of set the stage for the song. I will say the pre-chorus sounded like the chords were lifted from Jimmy Page. Sorry, I'm trying not to make too many Zeppelin references, but I gotta call it as I see it. I did enjoy the strings. I thought the strings being added into the song was a really good addition, a good call there. I thought the bridge was really good, but I also thought it sounded very much like Brain Damage from Pink Floyd. The solo I thought was much cleaner than the one I heard previously. Although I will say it kind of sounded like a Jimmy Page solo, but there were hints, especially towards the back half of the solo, where it sounded like there was a strong Jimi Hendrix influence as well. It's kind of like a little meld of both of them. So, but I thought it was cool. I thought it was pulled off well. And I'll actually say that the raspiness in Josh's voice in this song played much better. I didn't find it to be as forced. I thought it to be really appropriate, and it sounded good. Not enough to make me a huge Greta Van Fleet fan, but all right. This song I thought was pretty good. Let's get to the next one. Built by Nations. All right, so that was Black Dog. I mean, Built by Nations. It's so hard to really get into this band when I just can't find an original sound anywhere in them. And then, like, I get it. I get having influences. I get that your influences are going to bleed into your sound a little bit. But this is just, it's remarkable how much is there. And I know that there are people out there, like, they don't care. Like, they think they're great. And that's, I mean, cool, I guess. The musicianship is undeniable. They're fantastic musicians. The singer has an amazing voice, amazing range. I feel like I've seen interviews where they get like upset about the Zeppelin reference. Well, here's a thought. Don't sound like Zeppelin and you won't get criticized for sounding like Zeppelin. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep plowing through. I'm not as hopeful as I was at the beginning of the album that I was going to find, you know, something that I get. But next up is Age of Machine. All right, so with the exception of one part, I actually thought this song sounded a little more original. The only part that I thought was reminiscent of Zeppelin was the in the intro, Josh starts doing these like vocal flourishes kind of in the background. And that was the only part that I was like, oh, that's such a Plant thing to do. Beyond that, I thought it had a really original sound. I still wasn't like a huge fan of the song, but for very different reasons. I thought that the pace of the song was a little slow, and I know that was by design. The solo had some good elements, but it just didn't blow me away. I felt like it could have been better. I felt like it should have been better. Because the good parts were really good, and then there were just some parts that just felt like they fell kind of flat. And then the outro just kind of drug on way too long. I mean, the outro just took forever, and I just didn't get a sense of purpose for it taking so long. So let's get to the next one, which is Tears of Rain. That one was pretty cool. It was a little different. It kind of had like a Spanish vibe. Josh's intro vocals actually hit really hard. So that was cool to hear. I did think later in the song that there was too much raspiness again, but I also understand why he made that choice. The outro I thought was done really well. It kind of opened up and it gave way for this this feeling that allowed really anthemic vocals. I thought the song was really well done. Looky there, I'm making progress. All right, we're halfway done. Let's get to the next one, which is Stardust Chords. Okay, Stardust Chords. It was a good song. The chorus is strong. It seems like in general they do a pretty good job with bridges, so bridge was pretty good. Do need to give a call out to the bass fill in the second verse. That was absolute fire. Don't know what I'm talking about? Go back, listen to, it's like at the beginning of the second verse, I believe. Wasn't a bad song, you know, it was a good song. I'd say it's more a strong song because it's still not like I love the music. Let's get to the next one, which is Light My Love. The piano intro, and it kind of played a few times throughout, it reminded me of something and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then towards the end of the song, I think I figured it out. It sounds like something from Hamilton, the musical. If you're familiar, it's like the at the end when Hamilton and Burr are writing letters to each other. I realized that's what I'm hearing. I don't think they ripped off Hamilton. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just found it kind of funny. I don't have too much to say about it. I will say that there was this hard break coming out of the bridge that was solid. I mean, really, really well done. Perfect placement. Definitely like catches you. All right. Next is Caravel. I don't know. You'll see it in the title card. Okay, so that was pronounced Caravel, based on the lyrics anyway. I thought the intro was good. Like the intro caught my attention, and then I kind of lost interest about halfway through. I think the reason I lost interest is because the chorus just didn't pull me in any sort of way. And because the chorus is the most common part of any song, if you lose me there, you're gonna lose me for most of the song. All right, next is the Barbarians. What song was that? The Barbarians? I'll be honest, these songs are all kind of starting to sound the same. They all kind of blend into each other. I've got 2 songs left. I don't think my opinion's going to turn around in 2 songs, but you know, still gonna see this through. Next up is Trip the Light Fantastic. Yeah, it's just another song. Bridge was solid again. Another solid bridge. They seem to do a pretty good job with bridges, which is good. Good to have good bridges. Sorry, y'all. If you are a Greta Van Fleet fan, you're probably not liking how much I'm disliking this overall. Now, one more song. I'm gonna finish strong. 9 minutes. All right, so the intro to this track was cool. It kind of had an acoustic arpeggiation with an electric riff on top of it. The drum work was really good. I mean, I feel like the drums were probably really good throughout. I just wasn't paying attention to them as much, but they really stood out on this song, I thought. The Weight of Dreams. You know, the song itself, just not much to say about it. It's not that it was bad. It's just, it kind of just fell the way everything else did. Just this band just doesn't speak to me. But there was a false ending in the song, which is why it was 9 minutes, and it pulled you back in. I thought they did a really good job there. I will say the extension, you know, after that false ending, very Zeppelin-esque. But I can appreciate what they were going for. It ended the album strong. I thought this was a really good track to end the album on. No surprise, I'm not saying this album's for me. I think if you're a Greta Van Fleet fan, you're probably really digging this album. It's done well if you're into this sound. I just couldn't get into it. While I was able to find some tracks that sounded a little bit more original and less, you know, like borrowed sounds, I could not get over how much it does sound like other bands. You know what? If you're a Greta Van Fleet fan, nothing but love for you. I hope you enjoy this album. I did not. That's okay, because everyone's got different music tastes. I'm quite sure there are plenty of people out there that listen to my band, Burden Affinity, and absolutely hate it. And that's fine, because there are plenty of people that love Burden Affinity. And when I say plenty, I mean like dozens in the Jacksonville area. That's right. I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle through this album. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. And I just have a feeling this is going to be a heavier dislike video. Drop your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if I'm missing something about Greta Van Fleet. Subscribe to the channel. All the YouTube stuff. You keep making beautiful music, and I will see you in the next one.